Hello, with Elev8 Glass, and I'm standing here with the one and only AKM.
Hey, what's up?
So, I have a few questions for this guy, man. How did you get into blowing glass?
I just, my dad actually got signed up for a glass blowing class, came home with some really cool looking stuff. My mom had signed him up, and I was kind of very jealous and envious when he came home with these pieces. I was like, man, I want to make something like that. I had intentions to make, a water pipe, there's no question, and I got lucky enough to get signed up. Touched it for the first time, and I was hooked. I never looked back. Been blowing glass ever since. That was in 1999.
So 1999 is when you started.
Yeah.
All right, sweet, man. And where did you start blowing glass? Where are you out of?
I currently live in Richmond, Virginia. It's where I began my glass blowing career. Was in Virginia. Actually, it was up in Maryland, to be honest. Right outside of Virginia, little art community called Glen Echo, and that's where I touched glass blowing for the very first time. But it was only like 20 minutes from where I lived. So went down to VCU, got a BFA in fine art, been running studios down there ever since.
Okay, wow, man. So a degree in this thing and everything.
Yeah,
huh?
I got a degree, like I said, BFA fine arts from VCU, and I did a lot of glass blowing classes there. Worked with artists like Jack Wax and Emilio Santini. They were two of my primary professors there. Like really, awesome people for the knowledge, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're dropping names that people in the industry are very envious of, man. That's for sure.
Well, I'm fortunate to have been with them,
Yeah, definitely. And so, who else do you look up into in this class?
Wow, there's too many to name, but the guys that have been doing this, since the 90s, they have all pushed the limits, and they're, like I said, there's too many to name, but. It's crazy because you don't have to be like some wild OG for me to look up to you. All you have to do is work hard and like make cool, creative shit. And I am impressed, you know what I mean? And that is something that I want to like follow your lead with, And I try and make creative things and, stay fresh, and so that, everyone looks at me and says, man, that's the kind of shit I want to do too, And so it's a perpetual circle, I look up to everyone that's pushing the fucking limits in glass, you know what I mean? Because that's what impresses me.
That's awesome, man. That's really humbling to hear coming from somebody that has been able to run the game that you have in this game. It's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm lucky to be where I am, and it's only because I got good fans, good collectors, good friends that have let me work with them, A lot of guys have put me on, let me get a collab in with them, and it's really pushed my name, So it's helped out a lot.
What would you say is like your favorite technique? I know you're one of the most, you work with the most artists and you get to definitely work with the most techniques. What would you say is one of your favorites?
Well, I've been sculpting for lots of years, so I really like that. I feel like it's kind of an endless area to like, get after. Really, if you can visualize it, you can make it. And I think that's impressive because there's just, there's so much things out there that you can do. People sculpting new stuff every day out of glass, and it's still impressive. With that being said, I also really love Mirini. I'm like pretty hooked on it and plan on diving real deep into it even further than I already have.
A whole nother 20-year adventure?
You know it, man.
Yes, sir. I do know it. And so I know that you work with a lot of artists. Everybody wants to work with you. But who do you currently work with on a basis that you would say, more than not?
Well, there's a couple guys that I get it in with, more than not here and there. I really like working with Rhino. He's incredible. Same with my buddy Lord. I just spent the weekend with them in San Diego, and we had a great time. The guys in my shop are really solid, people, my good friends, and really good glass artists. Rye Tanner, and my main man Justin Carter. He's a monster, and really good at what he does, very clean, and I think I've taught him a whole lot, and he continues to teach me a whole lot too. So we're a good little dynamic there.
Yeah, a lot of that's just time behind the torch, right?
Oh, absolutely. When you spend a lot of time behind a torch with guys day in, day out, you're going to learn from each other, and you're going to be, finding ways to complement each other's work, and it's easy when they are in my shop, so, I go home and I think about it. It's not like I've only got 1 week with these guys, I got to press something out. Mm-hmm. It's like, all year round, we can start thinking about things that make our work elevate each other's, and that's a really cool thing.
Love that word, elevate. What do you see in your future? I mean, what's the next thing for AKM here?
Just same as it ever was for me. I like to put my head down and work hard. I like to, get out there as much as I can, work with the guys that are really pushing limits and, impressing me and inspiring me. I plan on, continuing to cultivate my studio in Virginia and keep the environment there real strong for Virginia glass artists. And that also helps me focus and, delve into new territories with new equipment and, processes just open to us, so just push, keep pushing.
That sounds awesome. And then, so I know this is from glassblower to glassblower. I know we don't have any time outside of our glass lives, but what are your hobbies, if you have any?
Oh man, I really like being outside in the woods. I like hunting and fishing a lot, and like spending time with my girlfriend or kid, riding bikes, and recently enjoying my dog too.
Nice. All right, so I got 2 more quick questions for you. Do you believe in aliens?
Hell yeah, I've seen them this week, man. Scott Deppie and Eugene, they're both here, and they're definitely from another planet.
The mothership, yes sir. Mothership and the starship are here, dude. Fucking shit's colliding.
Yeah, man. There's something else out there, that's for sure.
And then what do you think an alien would do for a Klondike bar, brother?
Oh, man. Shit. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe come off some good space dabs?
There you go. Dude, so we have a few. We can make that happen. Then that's all we have with AKM. I really appreciate your time. Do you have anything else to add?
I just want to say thanks for the interview. It was good questions, and I appreciate all the love and support you guys show my way.
Hey, thanks a lot, brother. We appreciate it.
All day, dude.
Okay.
All day, dude.